So I have a new tool in my office, guys, and I've got some work to do on your plan that we've discussed. But since I have this new tool in my arsenal, I thought I'd take you on a quick walkthrough before we get going. This is Mark Farrar with Not Square Design in Butte, Montana, and I try not to accidentally mention clients' names on my YouTube channel. But this is called the Peck Residence. Um, the rest of it we just won't know. So um, there's not much to reveal for finding them. But this is the house, and got my cursor highlighted. But for the most part, I probably can leave it off to the side unless I'm trying to point something out. So what's cool about this? I'm not clicked on it apparently. Yeah, there we go. Now we got some good action. So now let's see if we can find it. There we go. And what we're going to do is get down to a human scale here. That's a little low. Okay, let's try not to make everybody sick. And then we're going to walk inside. It is hard to do this from the outside. In fact, let's go around the outside real quick just to take a look. Obviously, I still have in these areas, need to finish the arches. The arches that are there are only 2D. I do have a new method for fixing that and making it appear correctly. So I'll put that in action. As we've spoken of in the past, I am still have your house in automatic. So I don't take it out of automatic until I am pretty much done with figuring out everything I possibly can, and then I will fix this portion of the roof manually. So that's just standard practice. Try and keep all your models. For those of you who are looking at this for lessons, keep your models in automatic as long as you can, and then come back and do them manually. If it's a simple design, you can do the whole thing manually. While Mr. Peck and myself were speaking last time, I went ahead and I put in a new door to the basement to remind me that I need a storm door here. Probably something you'd find in Tornado Alley, that style with the doors facing up. And when I did so, the bubble wrap, or actually it's a water resistant barrier. It's pretty waterproof, this type. It is behind the stone, and it decided to climb the wall and cross out the window. But that's just me, finishing up the hole, fixing this, and that'll disappear. Right now, this is the spot for the fireplace that they have in their home. It will be a propane fireplace. So my question is, are we happy with this look? Do you want the wainscot to go around this? Do you want to just do the whole thing in stone? Do you want a completely separate material? Do you want this to be a gable roof, or is the shed just fine? This is obviously the most cost-effective method. And these look like shakes, but actually that is a hardy panel siding. So they are panels, and it's a pretty nice look for a panel. I've got to do some grade work here. We do have actual lot information that was provided to us by 3D Laser Verify. I'm going to find a way to get that over into this view. I think I know how. If I let this regenerate into an overhead perspective, and then I take that to this side where I'm not recording, and then bring my floor plan to this side, what I can show you is your topography. This is the topography that was shot by Ryan Darling of 3D Laser Verify out of Missoula. And it great information. Because it is LiDAR technology, um, we can't do grade information. I use this also for existing buildings, but we can't do grade information um, this time of year if there's a lot of snow. Um, everything shows up. Blades of grass show up. So um, just wanted to show that real quick. But back to the model. That's the kitchen. This is the great room through here. More of the kitchen. You can see the cabinetry coming through. Very specific in what they wanted cabinet-wise. And I'm going to pause for a second and just get the sky in here. It really helps with just the visual aspect and the color loss that I'm getting right now. So I'll pause. You won't even know I'm gone. Okay, I've got that kind of set up, and we're going to have a little quick jump here. And there it is. So just a lot easier to see. We'll check on bloom and stuff if that starts to occur when we get inside. But you can see how the terrain drops off here. So when it gets down to it, what I do is I add some fill in here on that site plan, which is here. And so back here, we just add fill in here to make everything work out. And I think the same occurs, in fact, I know it occurs at the garage. So just add some dirt in and get things to where they settle in. And so what I do is I start with, I believe it was this corner is where I set the height with the terrain, because it sloped down that way and it sloped back away. This was the high point from where the house is situated. And they went out, they picked the spot, we flagged it and put it in part of the shot and went from there. So it is facing the direction they wanted, and it's got to be within a foot of exactly where they wanted it. It's really kind of cool. Here, looks like I'll have a wall cap. I need to get the wall cap fixed here, so there's notes to myself. And then this fence is causing the stone veneer to not continue through. Now all this stone veneer here is down low. We have no stone veneer on this portion of the deck, and they don't like how it dies into this corner. That's kind of that. It's okay, but it's a little giveaway that it's fake. So there's some thoughts. Should we make the stone stop at the railing, come around the corner, stop there, and get rid of it here? And then do we want it this high? To me, if it was my house, I'd probably take this cap, and when I design the stone cap that goes on top of here, is set those at the same height. I think that would be a really nice look. There's a lot of window on here, a lot of small areas. I might even vary the height of the stone. So when I come to things like this bay, it stops right here. And just does a cleaner look. We could do that all the way around if you guys prefer. So just kind of let me know. So we've kind of got around the building. Let's top up on our, let's get crazy. Let's make you sick. Get up here and kind of just walk around you can see it's a little bit tight. We spoke about this earlier. We've got some give and take here. You're going to have either tight spot and you'll be able to put some seating back in here for sure. But here, boy, you'll be limited on furniture choices. Our problem, if I can make sure you completely understand this, is when I come back here, if I move these posts out further so that we get more deck, then I just have to watch what happens up here. Right here, boy, we are right at that window. That window doesn't enter like a bedroom or anything. Well, let me not lie to you. Let's just take a quick look at that. Now that does enter. It's actually in the master bedroom, but we have lots of egress with the sitting area, and nothing that keeps that sitting area from it's more than 50% open to space, so it is the space. The only main thing that makes it look like a different room is its shape and the fact that it's got a raised ceiling in that area. So we can use any of this for egress for that room. We can make this shorter. That way the window or the roof could come up further. I do believe this is already at a 3 and 12. One way to check that is let's just double click on it. Let me get my selection tool here. Double click on it and we'll bring this over. You can see it. Oh, it is a 4 and 12. So we can bring down the pitch to a 3 as well. And then extend that out. I think you would be happy if we extend this out to give you some more seating area. It's going to cost you more in decking. It's going to cost you a little more in roofing, a little more in what ceiling portion is under there. But overall, that's about all the additional costs that it would be, and you get a lot more function out of this beautiful wraparound porch. So that's your call. Now that hopefully you understand it clearly, you can make an informed decision. So let's pop in the door here. I tend to leave the doors open, sometimes part way, sometimes the whole way. I can change that up at any time. I'm going to bring this over to the other side. And that way, whoops, we're really getting some fun going on here now. But this way, when I say something like I could change this door, I can just change the door. And so let's get a good, nice full view going on here again. And so what I was speaking of is, we're showing that door in that coat closet is open, but it can be a cracked bit open. That way you can tell the space is there, but we can see the real space beyond it as if it was closed. So we're in the house now. I believe we got bloom turned off, and we don't have any lighting yet, so it's kind of dingy. We can also get a little more of the aspect of what's going on in here by changing the rendering technique. So I'll show a little bit this way, and we can pop back into a more realistic view. It's not rendered yet, but in order to render this house, I really need to work on some settings because outdoors the sun just will dominate. So this is the den. The vector view does kind of help, and I'll let you kind of make that decision on your own as to what you like best for future videos, and just to, I guess, show the difference. Let's go back to what's called the standard view, and yeah, it softens things up. Boy, my windows just changed. I don't know why that is, but those should be nice windows. Why they're not glass at this moment, I'd have to look up the settings and see what the heck's going on, but yeah, something went weird there. So yeah, my glass is actually set to the color white instead of being a glass material. So to make that just look right, at least we'll do that window just to show you it was just a material. Actually, it's not going to change because I'd have to close this view, because I don't think I can just come back in the room. No, I can't. So maybe if I save, see what happens. What if you hit OK? There we go. All right. So I got to do the other side, this window over here. But this is the den. We've got, oh, you know what those were? I'm sorry. These aren't supposed to be glass, because these are where your electronics go. So yeah, they were, I just used Windows to create that shutter, and when I set the material for the glass, I did actually set it to white. And so go back to my plan material, set it back to where it was, and we'll have it back. So yeah, these were just like cabinet doors, and I had to put some doorknobs on them and such. But I used a window to create that effect. Um, there's lots of tools at my disposal that I kind of figure out how I want to do it, and that might be. I should notice that because I can see material showing through. It might give me clues as to some of my errors as to what's happening outside. And you can see even this guy. There's things that show up. This new tool I have to get around has really increased my productivity. So I love this 3D mouse. So at any rate, that is the closet that's in there. You're familiar with that. We are back out in the foyer, and we need to put some furniture in here pretty soon to start getting some scale if you would like. I don't know if you want that or not, so you have to let me know. Then we go back in the kitchen. I've given you some nice rendered shots of this kitchen to show off the colors and the stainless making it glow. And I guess just for kicks, we'll do a quick ray trace. Now, these windows are probably going to give us a whole bunch of glare. It depends on what the setting is set to, and I don't recall. So, oh, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. I have some light bleed here, which is what's called bloom. So to find out what causes that, you can see if I leave my hands off it and I don't touch anything, every pass it just gets a little better and a little better and a little better. Adding interior lights in here will be, it makes it spectacular instead of good. So yeah, I can come over. Closer I get to items, obviously, they'll render a little stronger. Got a lot of specularity on these very shiny items, and that's just settings. So getting all that set up. But the main thing was trying to make sure that I had some of the details you asked for correct, which was the legs and the beadboard look at the ends of your cabinets. Those kind of things are in here. And pantry door shut, but let's just walk in. This is oh, I need to switch. I can't stay here. It moves too slow. So let's go back to a standard view, and then in here, it's just a small pantry for ease of access right here off the kitchen. We have spoken about a secondary pantry that we'll get in here. And so that's your dining room. That's that patio out back. What do you want to do with this post? Do you want it to be plain, or do you want to make it look ornamental like it was out front? Then we come into, and I've got some new stuff in here. I've got some different wine racks, and you talked about like a dry bar in here, and you just wanted really a top and places to store bottles to keep them from becoming uncorked. So there's a lot of different styles. I have a ton of them. And we can look at doing something like this instead of that full-on cabinet. And then really need to put some furniture down here. You've got to get your fireplace showing through the wall. It is outside, but it's not showing through the wall yet. Looking up into this great room space, you can see the curved balcony. Love to have some thoughts on rail styles, even if it comes down to pictures. I do have pictures, and we've discussed at length what I'm going to do with the shelving. And I did find a ladder to toss in here, and so I've got to get it built correctly so the ladder actually attaches in a functional manner. I started building more of what we were talking about with kick, and we'll make this look good. And this terminates short because we got the stairs right here. So from downstairs, we'll have these shelves here, and then as we climb on up the stairs, we got to pop in, but I've got to come in, enter with a good amount of space to get around that, because this is going to be built up full height with face frame on it, and be very, very nice looking. And then these are placeholders. We'll get rid of all these shelves and do it in the nice style that we're doing on the crossaway. Here we just have a linen closet. I have not put the shelving and stuff in there yet. And then down this way we have the laundry room, which got the side-by-sides. Do have a sink for washing stuff, maybe getting stains out, that sort of thing. Come on out, and we've got a bedroom here in the corner. And just rotate around in here. One thing that we need to do with this bedroom, if we are truly going to call this, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. If we're truly going to call this a bedroom, then we need closets, and we have already got, let's see if I pull this over here. I have this designed, but the doors, it's not one to grab. There we go. So this is in vector view, and you can see it. I just don't have the doors in here yet. So that's actually so easy to do. Let's just come, I'm going to be on the other page for just a second because it's really quite fast. Put in a sliding door, be an interior sliding. So then I drop it where it belongs, and poof, we have doors. So you can see where this goes through. Just like anything else, I can show these as open, and I just like to do that so you can see once I get the shelf and rod in here, what it does look like a little bit more from that view. So at any rate, this is it now, and we could go right inside there, and I can show you the shelf and rod. I haven't checked with sliding doors yet. I might be able to open this further to make it more visible. There's another whole way to view this model too that I don't remember to do it. Then just remind me. But I'll try and do it this session. So here's two sinks walking through, and as we come through, we've got a door to close off a toilet and shower. It's kind of a Jack and Jill. It's not my favorite way of doing Jack and Jills. I typically like to have a toilet and sink together, and a tub shower and sink together. That way, somebody's really spending some time in the shower and somebody needs to use the bathroom, they can get to it pretty easily. Oh, look at that, I got siding inside the house. So, yeah, this is a great tool to just find out how to fix these minor errors real quick. This one has the door, as the other bedroom. And come on out of the bedroom, and over here where we've got just some really nice bay windows, and this is what is labeled as your bonus room. And early on there were some thoughts about how to access that, but since we went to a full basement, there's absolutely no need for that now. This guy is just too open for my taste. It's in the middle of the hallway. Let's close it down a little bit. Now, that makes it easier to see and get around. So, here we are. We can look down. And here we'll see the fireplace, your furnishings. Love to get some wood color ideas from you guys. So, remember, all you got to do for me is just take some pictures. Or go surf the web and use the snipping tool in Windows and shoot those to me. Wow, those are big. I might take a look at how big these are. I might divide those up. That's a big door, and you're basically relegated to one side or the other. But if that's the way you'd like it, then certainly let me know. We'll leave it that way, and it's just half and half at any time, all the time. So that is what we're calling the guest bedroom in your plan. So it's a little bigger than the other rooms for kids. And then this is our final room, which is our master suite. So this is that window that's not required for egress, that we can bring it up a bit, but we also can drop the roof to a 312, so we'll have to figure out which option works, or if you have to do both if you wish to have more room. I've got some work to do on this. This is that sitting area, and so the sitting area has got the roof defects that the software just can't figure it out on its own, how to roof it. So I'll go in and manually fix that once we get to that point. So this is the bedroom itself with the sitting area. Again, colors, floor finishes. Do you want this to be wood? Do you want it to be carpet? What are you after? And then go into the master bathroom, which switches to tile. And I don't have anything in here yet, but you can see the spaces as they're coming along. And I've got to finish this out. And I believe this is the linen closet. And then this will be the toilet room. And so the toilet will be sitting back against that wall. And that looks like a doorway only. I'll have to check the length of this wall and see if we can. And I'm sure, oh, I can tell from the picture on the side that this can be a pocket door. And so, boom, there it is, a pocket door. Oh, it's going the wrong way in my little photograph here. But all I have to do is, it's going to stick out the side over here. So I want to mirror it about itself. And that way it goes back into the wall. And now let's open it. And then I'm going to tell it to show it open. And that way, once I get the toilet and stuff in there, we can go around in this room. But yeah, I've got some detail to build in here. The walk-in showers are amazing, and I'm excited to do that for you. So, be getting to that here shortly. This is my next to-do. So, get ready for some changes, and boy, if this walkthrough has done anything to build up some excitement and help you understand this plan any better, that needs to be railing. So I got some work to do there. That should be open railing. I'll figure out what's going on. Yeah, let's show how this works, because this has always been kind of sitting there as a question of what goes on. So we come around, headed towards your kitchen, but just make a 180 right here. And this, you can see there's a hole. So yeah, there's some issues with the stair railing, but I'll get that figured out. And so this is the stacked stair, and so you can see there's plenty of head height. This will be enclosed. And then we'll come down here, hit the landing, and roll on down. For some reason, I don't have a ceiling down here. So, and I've got an OSB rim board. That's kind of odd. So, got some things to think about to fix this up. That's your patio. That's why that shows concrete inside there. And then this is that what will be the storm door. So there will be a door that seals to the inside. We'll have a nice wide set of stairs. I think we were talking about making them full width. And I believe that's a 6-foot opening. And hand framing or hand building that storm door exterior, which does not have to be weather tight. Just hold out the majority of snow and blowing rain and whatever. But this truly will be your stop as a sealed exterior door. And then you'd also mentioned that down here somewhere you would like to have a sump pump. Now, what exactly, oh, I don't want to do that. What exactly is going on here, I'm a little unclear, so I'm going to pop into this other side, look at the structure button, and it says flat ceiling over this room. So I just got to look through it. I will figure that out. But at any rate, I hope this this really was helpful in understanding your basement. Aside from the plans that I gave you that were dimensioned and areas and all the stuff that I provided, you were going to give me some layout for what you would like to see happen down here. And then yeah, let's just let's keep moving forward. And like I said, this is my to-do. Got my email about my son coming in town for Christmas, and my first vacation since 2006 coming up. So we have your one vehicle exactly in here, and then a Jeep of the same size as yours in here. And I think we're missing, oh no, I do have the freezer in here. So the freezer's shown. You can see the room in front of the vehicles before we get to the door. And this is the wine cabinet I had designed for you that, I don't know, if you want a door and drawer, maybe we need to go back to something like this, but I have a ton of styles, so let's discuss that. And oh, this was the closet that's in between the garage. Yeah, no shelf and rod yet, but we are ready to go now. And now that I had that conversation with you last week, I'm ready. So hopefully this was good for you guys, and you can get back to me on any issues or things that you would like me to resolve as I start to just put in the details and get this thing ready for construction documents. We're pretty close design-wise, so it's just detailing it out. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks for your time. And you can visit Not Square Design at on further things on this YouTube channel, but I also have a website, and that is at www.notsquare, that's KNOT square, and it's .us, not .com. It's .us. We'll see you next time.